Hey guys, this is Sean with DistanceSurvival.com. We are a new blog that's dedicated to informing people that would have to travel longer distances in bug out situations and survival situations to be with their family and friends. I came up with this idea because I myself would have to travel over 1,200 miles to reach my loved ones in order to be with them in a bug out situation or a bug in situation for that matter. Today we will talk a little bit about what I would pack in my bug out bag and some of the other necessities I keep in my truck or my bug out vehicle in case of a bug out situation. This is a bit more in depth because the nature of how long it may take to travel several hundred or thousand miles to get to the location that you would want to go to. I believe the number one most important aspect of a bug out bag for somebody that will have to travel in a bug out situation is communication. So what does that mean that you need to pack? I myself always have my iPhone, as most of us do. We're connected to our phones. And I also carry my iPad in my bug out bag. My iPad is 3G and operates on the Verizon network, and my iPhone is AT&T. I do this hoping that there would be a probability of accessing one of the company's towers in a bug out situation. Communication allows us to let our families know we're okay, and for them to know that we are okay if we are on the road traveling to them. In order to keep these lines of communication open, we would have to have a power source. Say you don't have a car source to charge to or a home source to charge to. That's what this Monoprice PowerRox does. It's a lithium-ion battery pack. As you can see, it's plugged into my iPhone right now. Hit the button, tells you how much battery power this PowerRox has. As you can tell, my iPhone is now charging. I have it plugged into output 2, which output 2 outputs 2 amps to the iPhone, so it will charge it in half the time, or it will charge a iPad in the normal amount of time. Output 1 is 1 amp. You can charge an iPhone and an iPad at the same time, and those USB inputs there are there to be able to charge the unit. If you plug both of those into USB sources like the wall or a computer, it will charge the unit in half the time, which is about 2.5 hours, and it takes about 4 hours if you just use one of the USB inputs. Great little power pack. Unfortunately, Monoprice does not make this one anymore. It is about half the size now, so you can imagine. Only charges about half of what this one would. There are many options available for these kinds of things. I would recommend maybe getting one that has the solar panel flip out, that if you are in a bug out situation, within 10 hours of sunlight you can fully charge this battery pack. They're a great option. You can get them at most sporting goods stores. I like this little Monoprice. It does the job for me. I keep it plugged in when I'm in the car, keep it plugged in when I'm home. Lasts me all day in my bag if I need to charge my phone on the fly. I would also recommend packing various cables. You never know what you might get into a network that might not be up and running, that you could get up and running if you had an Ethernet cable or a coaxial cable. I keep those wires all in this pouch. This pouch, I'll open it up for you here. As you can see, has everything. Has my iPhone charger, my iPad charger, USB charger to charge the battery, a 3-pin normal computer cable, a coaxial cable, a Ethernet cable, just various cables for networking that I would need in a bug out situation in case I needed to get a network up and running. If you can't get access to this bag, I honestly don't know where I got this anymore. I would just recommend going to Walmart, and for $2.97 you can get a zipper pencil case that looks like such. Toss your cables in there. I'm going to start with the safety check here so everybody can see. Gun is clear. And it's probably not going to stay for me. Let's get that stood up here so I can talk to you a little bit about my top 3 firearms that I would carry in a bug out situation. I would start with my sidearm, EDC Glock 27, which is in front of you. 40 caliber, subcompact, semi-automatic pistol. There's a lot of debate out there. I'm not really getting into this debate about why I should carry a 9mm, because the ammunition will be more readily available, because more government offices and law enforcement and individuals have 9mm in their home. I like the 40. I'm more comfortable with it. All it is personal preference. To me, 59 rounds is going to weigh the same as 50-40 rounds in your bag. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I would worry with what you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with the 40. That's why I chose it. I also chose Glock because of its ease of field stripping, getting it clean, the reliability. A lot of people on here are going to argue as well that Glocks aren't the most accurate. I believe that makes up in reliability and comfort. I'm just comfortable with it. I shoot well with it. If you shoot better with something else, by all means, carry what you would carry every day. What's comfortable to you? What's on your hip every single day? Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that are going to not weigh you down. So be comfortable with what you carry as your sidearm. Of course, if you don't have your CCW, or if you're going through states that don't allow gun carry, please be mindful of the laws, because if you are traveling to your family, you do not want to end up in a situation where you can't get to them. Another reason I chose the Glock polymer frame with a steel slide magazine has an extended pinky grip for my hands. I have kind of large hands. It's a great little gun. It's super light. I keep it in this Blackhawk. I'm going to move the gun now. This Blackhawk Serpa paddle holster. I EDC this every day under like a light sweatshirt. A great little combination if you're looking to get into this market. Glock's a great gun. The Smith & Wesson M&P single stack is a great EDC gun. It's really up to you guys. This is what I carry. It's what I like. Again, take it for what it's worth. Each gun is up to you. The next gun I carry, which is going to be a little difficult to show you, but I will get it up here, is the Ruger 1022. So my next firearm of choice, because this nifty little bag fits inside my bug out bag, is the Ruger 1022 Takedown. Inside this bag is the rifle. Fits directly inside my bug out bag, and it has everything I need to small game hunt. I'm going to show you how that operates here in a second. So I'm back with the Ruger 1022. This is the bag I was talking about that slips directly into my bug out bag. Opens up like so. And on one side we have the stock. As you can tell, this is brand new. Safety check, it's clear, just in case anybody's watching. And on the other side of the bag, we have the barrel. Ruger's made this extremely easy. Just pop it in, twist, and you are set. This little 1022, it's about $350 with the bag, with the cleaning kit, with magazines, everything you need to have a little small game rifle that you'll be able to hunt with, provide food, and produce food for you and whoever you are with bugging out, even if you're by yourself. I think being able to produce food is the most important in a distant situation, as MREs or water may start to get scarce. You're going to need alternative means of collecting water and food. So Ruger 1022, again, button right here, push it up, twist, apart. As you can tell, with my hands on it, how small it actually is. Slides right back into the bag. Has two pouches on the front of this bag that I also keep little bits of gear in. A lot of people use this bag as a bug out bag itself because it's so small. It's nice to have in the truck. You always have your small game rifle. Zips up like so. Has hooks to make it a backpack if you wanted to. Anybody could carry this. It's about 6 pounds. The Ruger 1022 Takedown. Great little firearm to keep in your bug out bag as a means of processing small game. The last firearm I would choose out of my top 3 to keep with me in a bug out situation is my Colt LE6940 AR-15. It's super reliable. It actually stays out my bug out vehicle, is why I'm not showing it to you now. For an extreme situation, that's my last to deploy in a bug out situation. Kind of just keep it for the just in case circumstances. I have my sidearm for any immediate, animal threat if I were in the wilderness. I have my Ruger 1022 to process food. No real reason to be tromping around with an AR-15. For this gun, though, I have purchased the EOTech Red Dot, which is a Red Dot sight. It's a limited run on this one. It's the Zombie Edition, as it says, the Zombie Stopper Red Dot. Pretty cool. The little special thing that this one has going for it is I'll try to show you the reticle here. If I can get it to turn on. There you go. As you can see, the reticle is a little biohazard. That's for the Zombie Stopper feature. EOTech, one of the best on the market. You won't be sorry with that. It's great at distance, better at close range. I keep a flashlight mounted on my AR as well. Good for lighting situations. Again, if you plan on carrying any firearms, please abide by state and local laws about where you're going with the firearms, what you're hunting with said firearms. Just be within the law, even in a bug out situation. There might not always be a lawful situation when you're bugging out if it ever comes to that, but just kind of remember to abide by the laws, because getting to your family is the single most important thing. Talking about water, you can boil water, of course, with this stove that's still in front of you, or you can pack water packs, which have a 5-year shelf life. They don't go bad. Little packages of water, great to keep in your bag. They're lightweight. They don't have the weight of plastic bottles. I keep plenty of canned food and bottled waters in my truck, even extra for people that might need it along the way. My bug out vehicle is kind of prepared for water and food situations. I don't carry a lot of that stuff on my back. I hope that in case I ever had to leave the bug out vehicle, I would have enough space in my bug out bag to throw some cans, throw some water in, and be close enough to where I need to go that I don't have to stress too much about carrying all that stuff on my back. I choose to carry a variety of other gear. I think that's most important in a bug out situation that I would be in. This includes a fixed blade knife for a number of reasons. A, you don't have the worry of the knife collapsing back on your fingers. B, it provides weight and a pommel to be able to hammer things in if need be. I chose the Bear Grylls, not because it's Bear Grylls, but because it's Gerber. Gerber's a pretty good name in knives. Has a sheath, has a fire starter down here. Nice little survival knife, I like what Gerber did with this. I can lash this to the outside of my bag with this sheath, just like I do with my Gerber machete that I also keep for processing wood. You also need a reliable bug out vehicle. Mine is a 2002 F250 7.3 turbo diesel. Relatively fuel economical with the additions I've done. It's large, it's comfortable to sleep in, it's inconspicuous in case to would-be looters. My bug out vehicle is equipped with sine wave power inverter, a gas generator that will charge small electronics, food, MREs, water, tent, sleeping bags, extra ammo, firearms. I also actually keep 200 rounds of ammunition for both my firearms that I carry with me in my bug out bag. Last thing before I leave you guys, I would carry a Pelican case. It's really up to you on the size you want to carry. I carry this 1060 micro case. Keep my phone in it, my wallet, things that I want to keep dry, important paperwork I might have that I might need. I keep this in my bug out bag as well. Really, just bugging out means different things to different people. For me, it's just safely getting to where I needed to be to help and protect my loved ones. For me, that means traveling 1,200 miles to do so. These are the things that I carry in my bug out bag that I believe would aid me in getting across the country. I feel free, guys, if you guys have any suggestions on things that I should add to my bug out bag or bug out vehicle, please let me know. I'm always trying to adapt and be ready in case of a bug out situation. If you have questions about bugging out or any other gear I showed you today, please comment. I'll get back to you. And like I said, guys, always open to suggestions. Always, want to be prepared in the worst case situation. So if you could, offer suggestions, that'd be great. Always willing to listen. Again, this is Sean with DistanceSurvival.com. Look for our blog. It'll be up here in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll have some good information for you guys that will help you get to your loved ones in the future. Take care, guys. All the best.